Hello everyone, welcome to Rise of Patience. This is a 2 versus 2 Nomad game. On one side we have IssueS. I guess IssueS is Wellington. He used to play a lot before and I haven't seen him play recently, but I guess I see IssueS a lot, so it's very likely him. If you know who he is, then you can of course mention in the comment boxes. So we got IssueS and Demon King, and both are nice players. Demon King is a little towards the advanced side. On the other side, we've got Seifer, of course, one of the best in both the standard and nomad categories, and PLA Club Penguin. I've not played a lot with Penguin, but I would like to say that he's at least a mid-level inter, if not lower than that. So let's fast forward, see when the building is there. Alright, so we got Penguin as Chinese and Seifer as Egyptians. Out of these two, Egyptians are clearly my favorite, and I think you might agree with me. Chinese are not that good in Nomad, except the fact that they have a large city and it's difficult to take them down initially. On the other side, we got Mongols. Mongols are perfect counter for Chinese, so in this side, it's going to be difficult for Penguin to hold on. And Demon King, of course, is a great player. On the other side, we got IssueS with Americans. Americans are a great civilization. They get instant wonder, free governments. So yeah, definitely this side has got the better civilizations. But let's see. It also depends on the skills of the player. We got marbles here on this side. Well, that's an okay rare. I don't know if we'll be seeing a lot of wonders in this game. Copper definitely useful, since this is a watering hole map. The copper is going to be decisive in controlling the water. This is so this water has 3 fishes. That's really good. And blue's got dye here, and dye is definitely useful because yeah, of course you can have a cheaper aging, and since blue has only got a +4 woodcutter camp, it's natural to assume that he'll be getting another woodcutter camp, which means delayed civic, so he can actually use the dye. If he builds a market, he can use the dye, but there's another catch to it. Most players don't have enough wood early in the game for market, especially in this map, because they would rather spend on making fishing boats on the water. And let's see, so we got a good scouting going on here. 1 2 3 villagers from each player. On the other side, yeah, and on the other side we got 3 villagers from Seifer and 3 from Penguin. Actually, 4 villagers from Seifer. So in the early game, everybody seems to be close. So you cannot say if one player is more ahead of the others. Early game is just not a good point for determining that. And looks like Demon King has already gone Civic 2, so because he's Mongols are obviously faster. Now the thing is, he decided to get a city on away from the water, and that's not something we see often. In fact, if he had got a city right here, he might have secured some. He might have been able to destroy the dock later. But well, I can understand why he's building the city here, because he wants more wood. He is crunched on it. He just got +4, and maybe he can squeeze out +3 from this. So yeah, and eventually it's more important to have your economy up than to harass your opponent. So both the Chinese and the Mongols player have the civic upgrade, and the Chinese player is getting the city. IssueS seems to be a little slow. could be because of the wood. So, oh my god, look at that wood. That's 110. That's 11 woodcutters. I don't see that even in Himalaya sometimes. And Seifer has decided to get hanging gardens right in the early age. Let me tell you that hanging gardens has no advantage in the ancient age. It starts producing knowledge only after you age up to classical. But well, if he wants to get this, hanging gardens is definitely a good rare. It produces that knowledge is more than what a whole university full of scholars can produce. So it definitely gives you a head start in the game. Penguin is going for military. He's going to start raiding the Chinese player soon, and that's how you should be playing with Mongols. You should be more aggressive because as a Mongol player you're going to be faster than your opponents most of the time. So by raiding him before he can get his barracks up, you can definitely slow him down. I think is Penguin is either defensive. He knows that he's going to get raided from Mongol players, so he's already got a military as well. And meanwhile, Demon King. Oh, so looks like that military upgrade was for the water, not for the ground. And there begins our naval battle. The most annoying thing on this map. You have to juggle between both the land and the water in order to win this game. And this side has got the copper, so yeah, of course they're going to have stronger ships. So that's a 216, well that's a 180. And look at that, they were their same ships, but this one could survive both the attacks and could still survive enough to attack the light ship. So yeah, copper is an amazing rare for this map, and it's interesting that the citrus, the other water map rare, is not available. So that means if the game's going to be slightly lopsided towards this team's favor, the blue and light blue team. So let's see what these guys can do about it. Seifer seems to be a little slowed down because of hanging gardens. I wonder if he's going to be participating in. Okay, he is. He is ready for some attack, and he doesn't seem to be getting civic. Maybe he doesn't need it. And that's one of the best part about Egyptians, that they can get 7 farms in a single city. So oftentimes they don't have to get a second city for the sake of food income. Oh my god! Oh my god! That fishing boat almost got that heavy ship killed. Oh, a commerce 2 coming from Demon King, and that too without the science. So he does have the wealth to convert this, to convert it to food by just market purchase. So maybe not that bad of an idea. And Demon King is going all out on the water. He has skipped. He has skipped the science research just so that he can get so many heavy ships. And in the ancient days, you cannot build fire rafts. That means the heavy ship is the supreme unit. But after the fire rafts come, the game changes. Game dynamic changes completely, because fire rafts are the cheapest naval ships, and they can take down the most expensive ships. So how well you use it, you can completely overturn the game. And there comes a fire raft from Seifer. Seifer seems to have advanced without civic. And it's quite interesting that IssueS he has decided not to go towards Seifer, and this is quite strange that he did not want to protect the salt, because salt is an awesome rare, and keeping control of it can mean that you are ahead in unit production. You can make more units because they're cheap. So with the same economy, you're gonna have a better army if you have salt. And look at that, all those fire routes coming from Seifer. And is it going to make it? No, I think this one's gonna die. Yeah, this one died, and this one will also probably die. Oh, it's getting close. It's getting close. No, so great job by blue and light blue in saving their heavy ships. Of course, heavy ships are expensive. You want to save them. And going commerce too is a risky deal, because if you can survive to reap the benefits of the commerce too, of course you're likely to win the game. But if your opponent attacks you before you're ready, then you might be in trouble. And looking at yellow right now, I don't think he's in a mood to attack. Green is completely committed towards water. I mean light blue. Green is also Seifer is also trying to help. He has 2 light ships and 3 heavy ships, but the problem is that we got this team, the other team, light blue and blue, they got copper, and that's seriously a great rare for water maps. And look at that, Seifer has already has 115 knowledge, and while Demon King is at 10 and Issue is also at 10, so 115, that 10 times or more than 10 times the knowledge than their opponents. And again, this comes down to, will Seifer survive, or will Seifer's teammates survive for long enough for Seifer to reap the benefits of the Sangi Gardens? Because right now he's not in a condition to use this, unless, yeah, of course, he goes commerce too. And with Egyptians, he may be able to go commerce too, because yeah, he can use 2 cities to ramp up his food eco to easily 150, and even 200 if he. Oh yeah, he has a senator, so yeah, he can get that. Finally, a civic coming. The fight on the water is still continuing. We got 2 fishes being controlled by the blue and light blue team. I'll just call them the blue team. And we got 2 of them controlled by the green team. The war is raging on the water. We got heavy ship upgrades. Penguin is also upgrading to heavy ships, and doesn't look like Demon King wants to do that. Oh my god, just look at that knowledge income. That's so good. If this game lasts for too long, then Seifer is going to own them. Seifer has got clearly an aging advantage. I won't be surprised if he ages the gunpowder age within the next 10 to 15 minutes. Finally, a stable coming from Penguin. I guess we're going to see some land battle soon. Demon King has also got a siege factory, and light blue, and yeah, green is not here, so green is completely devoted to water. Seifer has got 3 upgraded heavy ships, and Penguin is also devoted to water. And I don't know if Seifer sees that both blue and light blue are towards yellow. So if they manage to successfully do a double and Seifer cannot help them, all this knowledge advantage that he has will all go in vain. And that was quite a late upgrade considering that he was Americans, because are Americans get free government upgrades, so all you need to spend is on getting a Senate. Seems like the green team is slowly retaking the water. Seifer is Seifer is getting his city towered. Seifer has no plan to defend a land attack. If IssueS was to come here with 5 heavy infantry, that would be GG. And IssueS has got a Colossus. I would want to argue if this is the right place for the Colossus, because if yellow takes the city, well, you lose the Colossus. And since this is the capital, maybe you're more likely to save your capital at one point. And we're gonna see a full-fledged battle on this side very soon. Seifer doesn't seem to be in a mood to help. At least he's not got any. Seifer has not got any units for yellow. I'm pretty sure that Seifer sees that the blue is here, and they're going to double yellow very soon. Well, this side has also got nice rares. Cotton provides faster ship production and faster unit production. And Peacock is of course one of the best rares in Nomad because of the increased population limit. And gems. So while they've got copper, and they've got copper salt and dye here, which are great. The other side is not isn't at a very disadvantage. They still got nice rares to counteract. Maybe not just as great, but they're not far behind. And the blue team is lacking in knowledge a lot. That's 35 for light blue and 25 for blue, while both yellow and green has got a lot of knowledge, 70 here and 140 here. Yeah, if this game draws out for too long, then I would have to say blue team has no chance of winning this. That's a small army on the side, and that's a giant army. Look at that. Demon King alone can take on both of them right now. He has such a huge army. And then blue has got his own. So let's see how. And this is the part where it's important to have a balance between your boom and your defenses. So yellow and green successfully took the whole water, but what they lost as a payoff was their city, and it's more important to keep the city than to keep control of the water. So by losing that city, yellow has lost so much, and yellow tried to save his city using militia, but well. So since he's Chinese, he can actually spam a lot of militia and just push them back to see if it helps. Yeah, definitely, if he survives for long enough, then Seifer can. At one point, Seifer will be able to kill both of them alone. Yeah, very likely because he's prepared for that. He's got 1,000 wealth in his inventory right now. The other two guys are nowhere near the medieval age. So if one of them ages, Seifer is aging, he can make it. He can make this game just do a 180 flip. But I gotta say, that's a huge army, and that's what you get by losing your chance to accumulate knowledge. So instead of spending resources on wealth, they made a lot of archers. Like blue made a lot of archers, and light blue has got a few archers and a lot of heavy cavalry. Yellow and green are not prepared for this yet. Green needs so green needs to be at medieval age as soon as possible and fight with. If you can't have higher numbers, you can have the better technology, and that's what exactly what Seifer needs right now. And stuck with population limit, but Seifer has got the knowledge to get an extra military. And none of these players seem to be around medieval age. Actually, Demon King might be close to. Yeah, he is close to medieval age. So they should not be waiting for too long. They've got a massive army right here. There is no way Seifer and Blue can take on this. Seifer has got the next military upgrade, so he will probably also get a castle, get the tactic upgrade. And even one of these players have such a huge army that no, I don't think it's a good idea to be holding back right now. Ooh, Seifer is a little hasty. He doesn't realize that there's a lot of units right here. In this small area, there's a lot of units. And Penguin is back, so that's one good part about Chinese, that it's easier for Chinese to get back on their foot after being attacked because of these instant villagers. So yeah, they have faster recoveries, and this card is going to help these people to prepare, get more units out than them. So eventually they will have a huge army as well. There comes a castle from Seifer, the much needed castle right now. And we are seeing water battle coming back again. And green and yellow have complete control over the water so far. So I don't see the blue team getting it back. What I would love for Seifer to do right now is to raid their salt. Oh my god, Issue was not using salt all this time. Or maybe I don't know, I've not noticed it. Turns out he just started using it. And Issue's got a bad economy right here. I wonder why he's not paying attention to it. If he cannot get control over water, he should just do it old school, like on the land. Get farms. And that tactic upgrade is going to be very important. Issue is still not close to aging. Oh, actually he is. I was looking at the other person. And maybe it would be a good idea to go for this city, grab that while they have a chance. But Penguin and Seifer seems to be getting back on their feet. Yeah, they are massing army. Their army is not as big as these guys, but they will be eventually. And look at that, Seifer is ready to go to Gunpowder Rage very soon. He's got the tactic upgrade. He's also got the literacy upgrade. If he goes Gunpowder Rage, then it's going to be GG very soon. Issue just reached the next stage, so Seifer and Penguin want to take on this army before Issue upgrades it. But the Demon King alone has such a massive army that he might be able to hold on while Issue upgrades them. And look at that. Seifer's army has been
Excuse
impaled.
me.
That's a lot of units left from for IssueS, and that's still a lot of units left for Demon King, considering that he has been, yeah, considering that he was fighting both of them alone for a while Issue was upgrading his units. And he's also gone despotism, so that's something I did not notice before. So despotism plus salt is like super cheap infantry. A despotism has the most advantage right in the early medieval age and in somewhere in the classical age, but afterwards the senator's plus 50 economic cap just takes precedence. It's more important, and eventually you start regretting despotism. So if you're going despotism, you it's your responsibility to finish the game early. Don't let it prolong till gunpowder age. And these guys are nowhere near gunpowder, and Seifer just needs, all Seifer needs right now is just a little bit time so he can age up. And I don't know, maybe Seifer will even be able to hold them on alone. And that's really bad on Penguin. Penguin did not raise it early in the game. He might have saved himself. But right now it's going to be tricky. If he had already deleted the Senate, it would be, yeah, it would be good for Seifer because he wouldn't have to be in such a stressful condition. And where is Penguin's senator going? If Penguin loses that senator, he's going to be giving 300. Oh, and Penguin loses his capital. Oh my god, it's so sad to see that. And he did not even stay for a while. Oh man. I really wish if Penguin had stayed, this game could have had an alternative ending. So since he lost his capital, one of the things that he could have done was to get Forbidden City in the back. Meanwhile, Seifer ages to gunpowder and holds them off at least, because these guys are nowhere around for aging. Look at that. IssueS cannot be in gunpowder anytime soon, and same for Demon King. So at such points, I always suggest, even when I am playing against players who are weaker than me, to always have a backup plan, not resign right after losing your capital. Try to survive for as long as possible, because this was one of those kind of games where Seifer could have carried Penguin for the rest of the game. He has such a nice economy, and he is also going to be gunpowder age. Gunpowder age brings a whole new sets of units like archbishops and those heavy knights, which are quite strong compared to anything on the medieval age. But looks like that's it, and this was quite an interesting match. Not the outcome that I expected, and just minor mistakes from both sides. But looks like blue team has won this. Very well played by them. And I'll be ending this cast right here. Bye bye.